Yes. This podcast contains scenes of violence, adult language, and, if we did our jobs right, disturbing subject matter. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Let's have a listener discretion circle.
Hello and welcome to the Stars Aren't Alright, Tom's One-Shot Edition. This is part 2 of a minor issue. If you haven't listened to part 1, please go back and listen to that. To remind you, we have Gothar, played by Karlyn, Nikki, played by Leah, Dr. quote-unquote Dicky, played by Jess, and Charles, played by yours truly. Our party had just woken up after being plunged into the void. Who knows what horrors will await them therein? Let's just get right back into the episode.
You all hear echoing through the chasm, a strange that seems to bounce off of all the walls and ride up the strange fumes that are all around you. You don't know if that is the sound of the metal plates of the earth breaking apart, but it seems very out of place.
Is someone lactose intolerant?
What?
The sound that came from the bowels of one of you, yes?
No one's farting.
Oh, shit.
Biscuits. Well, Nikki.
What?
Do you have a firearm?
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
I believe you should prepare to use it.
What? Oh my, are you telling me to kill one of our teammates?
No.
So that we can eat them?
No.
So we can survive down here?
No.
Drop an octave,
We are at least 5 or 6 hours away from that kind of solution. No. I, like yourselves, just heard the strange noise from deeper within the canyon.
Is it, wouldn't that just be metal creaking?
It could just be metal creaking.
What else would it be?
Well, monsters.
Things with pointy teeth?
Potentially things with pointy teeth.
We have literally been here for 9 years.
It's our lucky day.
We did discover it. Perhaps we'll discover a new organism.
See? Lucky day. We might get our own nano Wikipedia page for our discovery.
You just have to be toxically positive.
But that's not a part of my personality.
Change your personality then.
Okay, well, I believe the doctor has now had time to consider the various maps, and I can see they are now looking at me and blinking, but their eyelids are not synchronized. Those are unsynchronized blinks.
Dicky, where are we going? Alright, cool, yeah. We should...
Roll.
Make a survival check for me, please. With a penalty dice.
I mean, Dicky doesn't seem alarmed. She seems fine. Everything's probably fine.
That's the toxic positivity I'm looking for.
And in her case, it's also toxic levels of morphine. Toxic positivity, toxic morphine.
The toxicity can come from anywhere.
Any sources of toxicity is acceptable forms of toxicity. Well, Doctor, is there anything you want to tell us?
It was a success for once. I changed that dice out, and I think this is a little bit better. So
Where are we going?
Oh, wonderful.
So,
Not that Charles would know that.
Dicky interprets the map correctly, and Charles goes, yeah!
This just feels good.
Nice. Dicky, you have a moment of clarity with your HUD. Something that has hitherto not been experienced by yourself. And you look, and the maps that Aroma has sent you, which are essentially scree trails out of this, you get the sense you can pick the best route and maybe get you guys out of here. And that's when all of you receive a message.
Movement detected. Excellent news. Night coming fast. Night imminent.
Excellent.
Been trapped in cave for over a day. Move. Move fast.
Oh, triple biscuits.
I don't know about you, but I feel highly motivated right now to get out of here.
So, query. We know that we cannot be active. We can't be on the surface at night.
Yep.
Would it make sense to us to try to move, or would we try to shelter in place?
So that brings us to a valid point. You do have the overturned extractor. Could provide you some sort of shelter. The pad even gets turned off during this time because those components can handle the cold. Aroma can handle the cold. Your machinery can handle the cold.
Okay.
The heating elements get completely turned off because they would break under the stress. Hunkering down is a fleeting option.
Gotcha.
It is a last-ditch effort. It is something you do to bide for time.
For sure.
You get the sense your best hopes of extraction lie in making it back to the pad.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense.
And for the record, you don't see your rover overturned in here.
Okay, so the rover might still be up. Opposite on the
We gotta go!
Yes, let's post haste.
Let's go.
Okay, guys, it looks like, from what I can see, there's a tier.
Oh my god, talk faster, Dicky!
Nikki, my head still hurts. Okay, I need you to drop her down a couple octaves here, girl. Let me just explain. Look over to the left. There are different tiers of rocks going up, and we need to start going that way. We need to get out of here. We need to find a rover. I want everybody to stay paying attention to their temperatures from their suits. Last thing I need is for one of you guys to get hypothermia and fall, pass out, whatever. But we need to start going up.
Wonderful. Let's go up.
Yeah. This way, come on.
Okay. With your successful check, you are able to follow the map before you. What comes before you is not something you expect. There is no interweaving layers moving up and up and up in some sort of strange switchback pattern that leads you straight up. Instead, the path that has been charted for you leads in. You are walking through what looks to be hollow tunnels through the rock.
This looks like a nice place to go. I think historically, nothing scary or bad has ever happened in a tunnel. I think we are going to be okay.
You don't know anything.
Just trust me, I feel like this is the right way, guys, okay?
Feel?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm the one navigating this right now, and again, with your little squeaky voice, I really need you to keep it down. My head hurts so bad, but trust me, this is the way.
If this is possible while moving, can I try to run a diagnostics on our gear? Because I feel like Charles would, if it's leading us in, that would be we should double check it because we all did fall. So I just want to run a quick diagnostic on our gear.
Please do. I think this would also be akin to sysops.
Okay. Sysops, that is a regular success.
Regular success. Your gear does seem to be working properly. Structural damage maintained. It looks as though, from the path you're following, considering we shared your HUD, this is trying to lead you towards the pad, as opposed to straight up. There's probably a way to go straight up, where you could climb, but this is not that. The path that you're walking is kind of going along the length of the void.
I see. Well, I feel that to try to climb out could be potentially catastrophic, considering the high gravity of the planet. I feel like we were lucky to survive the fall as we did. Perhaps it is best to just continue following the map and to just try our best to get to the other side of the void.
Because the other side of the void, we were on the far side of the void from the pad, right? So we're heading, the other side of the void will be closer to the pad.
Correct.
Okay,
So
great.
if you picture the void as a giant scar, your pad is situated at the end of one of those scars, and you basically went along its edge for just shy of 100 kilometers to get to your extraction equipment. Collapsed into the ground, and now you're being led on a route back along and upward towards the pad, as opposed to just a straight ascent. This seems to be the route that was plotted by Aroma.
Yeah, guys, just trust this, okay? I know we can't go directly up, but if we're staying close to the cliff this way, it should at some point,
Sure.
hopefully, make it to the top. This feels right, guys. I know it. I feel like this is right. Just hang in there with me. Trust me.
Don't have any...
Everything's right.
I think we
Like
go
all the
for it.
time.
You know, Nikki, I feel a little bit like you're trying to get at me right now, and I'm really not appreciating it while we're in the frickin' void, okay? Just, can you trust? Do you know what trust is?
We don't have enough time to trust or not trust. I think we should just go to escape freezing to death.
See? Good point. Let's go.
Okay, so you're being led by Dicky up through the void.
Just keep
You
going.
are exposed to the gases that have been released from the earthquakes within this chasm. Could everybody please make a sanity check for me?
Failure.
Extreme success.
Failure for Charles.
Okay, I have 66. My sanity is at 54. Is that too much of a jump? No,
It's
you
up
can
to
spend
you.
12 luck.
Yeah, 12 luck.
Okay, yeah.
Great. So that would be a success. Mark off 12 luck.
Actually, yeah, what am I doing? Yeah, I will also spend 4 luck to succeed.
Okay. So the only person who fails is Charles. Noted.
Which I could spend. Now I want to see what happens.
Charles, take 5 points of sanity damage.
Nice.
Surprise, surprise!
I feel totally misled. False advertising. I thought I was about to have a cuddle.
So, whatever is being filtered out, unbeknownst to you, it's not quite enough. Charles, everyone else seems to be going about their business, and yet you hear ghosts on the wind. Except they don't sound like radio frequencies. As you're traveling up this shallow path going forward, you hear what seems to be an echo of a voice carried on the wind that you just heard recently. And in the high-pitched scream, almost wail, of Nikki earlier questioning whether or not you're going to kill someone to eat them for food, you hear, "Kill! Kill!" And you turn around and see atop the rover slender images, eyes like burning coals, though white, and they seem to be shrieking this shrill phrase towards you. And you blink, and they're at the base of it, repeating this word. Repeating it. It gets to you. You feel a cold shiver run through you, even as the planet cools off. This is something beyond that. And then they're gone. You feel a deep sense of unease and distrust towards your compatriots.
Biscuits.
How you doing there, Professor, who's not actually a professor?
Well, I rather suppose that, I'm concerned how we ended up in this state.
And then Charles starts thinking about all of the crazy things that have happened, like the Gothar letting go of the wheel, and then Dicky constantly doing morphine, and
It's not constant,
All these things
but I
that are very out of the ordinary.
yeah, very strange. And then it's just like,
What if you were all doing it from the start?
Charles,
No,
look at me.
it's...
Look at me.
9 years. You've been planning this, have you not?
Planning
Charles.
this fall?
Look at me. Do you know where we are, my guy?
You know where you are. You're in the void.
Yes, we're trapped in the void after a series of comically improbable happenstances, and now we're here. And this has not happened to us before, and now I find that you are all, in some strange way, it seems as if you are all responsible.
Okay, you were the one who was rushing to go after the machine.
That's our job.
What if we just have a potential betrayal circle when we get back to the pad?
Can I do some kind of medical check on him?
Yes, please do. I believe there is a first aid check that you can do.
I love betrayal circle.
Do
No,
a betrayal.
potential betrayal.
Okay, so is it success?
Charles appears to be shaken.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't appear to be physical.
You got anything else for me here?
On a success, you would notice that his pupils are dilated, and he appears to be suffering from what looks like cold sweats.
Which is abnormal for him.
Correct. He's normally a pretty average dude. Not much going on.
Even-tempered.
Even-tempered.
She gets the hot sweats.
Not the cold ones.
Indeed, especially when I read that book. Marie.
Yes.
Forget about the real meat sweats as well.
Charles, look at me. Tell me how you're feeling.
Oh, I feel rather that I can't trust you.
What?
Yes, after all, 9 years, we're so close to the end, and you're playing games and you're doing drugs, and as if you're trying to sabotage me.
But you've always played the games with me.
I want to see my children. Do you understand? My son was 1 year old when I took this contract, and my daughter hadn't been born yet. And I did this to secure their future. I gave up my children's childhood. And you're playing games and doing drugs and you're streaming. I want to go home.
Dicky steps in and wants to do a psychoanalysis check on Charles.
Sure. Roll away.
Yeah, I'm gonna use some luck here.
Okay.
So my psychoanalysis is 40, but I rolled 43.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah,
totally.
3 luck. Mark it off. Okay, on a successful psychoanalysis check, the symptoms fall into place. This is neurotic anxiety. It seems to be blown out of proportion. This is not standard. This is entirely out of character. Something is causing a small mental breakdown to happen for dear Charles.
Can I try to give him some sort of medication to bring him into a state that's more normalized for him?
Based on your 2 checks, yes, you may do so.
Are we still walking while this is happening?
Yep.
So
Switchbacks are killing my legs.
Charles acting abnormal. Dicky comes up behind with a syringe that has been free. Consent is absolutely not happening in the void. Just vibe with me for 2 seconds here. Yeah, I come up and in the meaty part of Charles' leg, I just stab it in like an EpiPen. I'm just like, bro, this is gonna be so much better in like 2 seconds. You're gonna feel so much more normal. Easy now, and kind of like guide you down because it made you a little loopy for a second.
Would that be possible through our vac suits?
Not really.
But would the vac suits
But
not have an opening for syringes?
Yeah, maybe the
For
vac suits have like
syringe opening.
This is happening.
well, they might be like an IV
Yeah.
that's already hooked up so that if they need to
syringe
Exactly.
zipper.
There's a way for you to get fluids into them.
Whatever that is,
Yeah.
that's what Dicky's doing.
Okay.
All right.
You're the medical officer. You get it.
I'm a professional over here, guys.
Yeah.
you sneak up behind me.
As you, good sir, get this horrible sensation, those same eyes you saw watching you earlier, that same shrill voice, the ghosts on the wind screaming messages back to you from the void, you just hear shrieking,
Kill!
and then your own voice echoed back to you.
See my family. See my family.
Almost you can feel the warm breath of whatever is saying this on your ear and your neck, so close it feels to your person. The cold sweat that was gathering there heats almost immediately.
Charles draws his knife and he's going to turn around and slash
Okay.
whatever's there.
Make a brawl check for me, please.
He's not very good at this. Fail.
You can choose to fight back or to dodge.
Keeping in mind that I have already had quite a significant amount of morphine today, this bitch fights back
Okay, roll for it.
and fails
Okay. Fortunately,
miserably.
This is a bit of a comedy of errors. You, for whatever reason, go into some sort of fighting stance and prepare. You see the blow coming. And then you see Charles swing wide with a small workman's knife. And where your hands are, eyes blurry, you just watch as you do absolutely nothing to obstruct the blow. And you see the glass of your HUD get slipped across by the knife, leaving a mark over your eyes where it would be. And then, Charles, you swing wide and almost fall, but manage to right yourself. And your temper settles. You feel...
What the fuck?
more at ease.
Charles! Bad vibes, bro! What are you doing?
He looks
Charles?
at the knife in his hand.
I don't know. I'm terribly sorry. Oh,
You're not playing Real Meat Ninja!
I'm not. No, but the meat is indeed real that I tried to ninja. Oh dear.
Yeah, it was my face, bro.
Would you like me to hold on to the knife for you?
You're a little kicky.
Charles, give it to me.
Give it to Nikki, man. Give it to Nikki.
Rather so.
You've lost your privileges.
Nikki grabs it.
No, you're right. You're right, that was very inappropriate. All 3 circles we're having tonight, we're going to talk about it. The feeling circle, the HR circle, and then the naming circle. It's not relevant to naming, but we're going to talk about it.
Have you heard of the timeout circle? Because I think you're going that way.
But I do
no.
think you get to have a sticker on your chat for acknowledging the problem.
Oh my God.
Accountability. You're making excellent progress, I think.
Thank you, Gothar.
Oh, wow. I think that he's still recovering.
Dicky's like pissed off and just like walks away,
Okay.
trying to like figure out what's going on with her helmet.
Dicky.
Oh my god, a
continues
scratch
on the
line
path.
just in front of the eyes would be so
annoying.
So fucking annoying, yeah.
Roll for sanity.
This is
Nah,
worse
no
than anything you've experienced.
The real cosmic
like
horror
bird
was
shit on a windshield.
minor inconvenience.
You continue forward until you come to the mouth of a cave.
More like, come on, the mouth of the cave, am I right?
So, you come on the cave.
Yeah.
Nice. Charles is polyamorous, man. It's
Yeah,
chill.
he's into it.
Charles's wife is polyamorous.
The cave was welcoming and accepting. And it stands before you. You're continuing on an upwards trajectory. This is good. It's a long walk back to the station. Once again, the voice of Aroma catches through and it says,
En route to intercept. Keep moving. Keep moving.
What is this word intercept?
It means that they're coming to get us.
Ah, perfect. I think she's such a good robot.
I'll have everybody make a spot hidden check for me, please.
Nikki gotta fail.
Nikki fails. Noted.
25, and I got 30.
So...
I'll just spend 5 luck.
Yeah, go for it.
Great.
Mark it
So
off.
I spent 5 luck. Got a.
I got an extreme success.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Dicky also successful.
Okay, good job, team. Now fully submersed beneath the ground, the thick metallic surface all around you. The sediment of the earth at your feet creates a soft walking surface for you all. The slight magnetic pull of your boots seems to cling to it as though you're dragging a magnet over that special type of sand that clings to the underside. You're walking through, and you, Charles, with an extreme success, would notice that as the sediment gets picked up by someone's boots in front of you, it reveals something beneath their footfalls. Something that should not be here, by all accounts. And that is a very worn down piece of fabric.
Can I reach down and pick it up?
Yeah, you scoop
Under
down.
whose foot is it under?
It would have been wherever you are in the marching order. The person in front of you collected just enough sediment that you notice this outlier. It's not the smooth metallic surface. It was buried underneath this sediment.
Who is it?
Who would you be walking behind, Charles?
Probably one of us, because we were higher up, right?
Yeah, probably.
And I was pissed off at you, so I just walked away.
Yes.
Dicky
So
was
Dicky in the lead, followed by either Gothar or Nikki. Whatever. Let's say you're behind Gothar. Their massive foot
That is sarcastic.
That of an
only size
elephant in
13s.
front of you removes so much sediment that you see
There's
this
two
piece of
elephants
cloth
in front of you, actually. The stuffed animal on my back.
And you see the patch.
We're on board. Yes, I'd like to reach down and pick it up and examine it.
Okay, you pick it up and examine it. You look closer and you see that there's writing on one side of it. And on the other side is the crew patch for the Artemis. And it says Artemis Crew 001. And on the back side, it says Run, written in what looks to be marker.
Which iteration of the crew are we?
Artemis 002.
Oh dear.
What is that?
Gothar, you're very far away. What have you stopped to look at?
You're Gothar.
I mean, sometimes I do self-talk.
Where am I? Why am I in the cave?
Charles, you are very far away from Gothar.
Oh dear.
What?
Biscuits.
You found biscuits?
I did not know. No, it looks like a bit of cloth from one of the previous crews.
What? One of... There's one previous crew?
Yes, but I mean, that's good, Gothar, but save it for the grammar circle. No. It looks like the previous crew who was here. They left some fabric down here and it says run.
What?
And then I'd like to turn on the internal camera in my suit and then send it to all of my squad mates.
Okay. Yep, you see it, and it is the exact same patch as the one that you have on all of your vac suits, other than the difference of 001, 002. And it looks like it has been crudely torn off the suit, written upon, left, and buried promptly by the sediment of this place. It's been pretty heavily worn down by the kind of sharp surfaces of the metal, but otherwise intact.
And just to be clear, we're being led deeper into this cave by our navigation? No.
Yeah, you're being led up, but you're being now led into the earth itself, the metallic surface as it may be. You're instead of going straight up through pretty treacherous switchbacks, you're being led basically through a tunnel system.
Okay, team.
Is it possible for us to go back and try to take the switchbacks?
It is.
How much time do we have before the sun goes down?
That's the treacherous part. You're deep enough within the void that you have no way of tracking the sunlight above you. Nice. Every minute counts.
Should I go do another navigation roll?
Run.
And Nikki starts sprinting ahead.
Okay.
Nikki,
you are hauling
Run!
ass.
biscuits.
Don't worry, I'll catch her.
Also, okay.
Gothar just takes off.
Biscuits!
Nikki starts all out. Gothar, not missing a beat. I'm on it. Just like a torpedo down the tunnel.
Are you a meth doctor? No, you're more of a morphine doctor. Oh, biscuits.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Yeah, no.
Dicky is staying with Charles because you're the one that's currently... I've administered medication to you, so
Right.
my concern is to you. These two, I think, are just freaking out, and I'm like, you go do your thing, whatever. I'm not really believing this whole run thing. I'm like, yeah, whatever, sketch.
Believe her.
It's just not
whatever.
where you're
I don't
at.
believe in running.
Yeah, honestly.
Cardio, I think not. But I'm more concerned with staying with you right now.
Duty of care. I get it.
Yeah. You know, I'm I'm high, but I'm still trying to be your doctor.
Professionally high.
Yeah, I'm kind of I can keep my shit together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm still your primary caregiver. But I'm like,
Professionalism knows no overdoses.
Gothar, you just get me. It's great. But yeah, Charles, we need to keep up with them. We cannot get separated down here, man. We gotta go.
No, I agree. Okay, well let's after them as quickly as we can.
Okay. So, You chase after them. These two, I believe, your movement is 9, correct? And Gothar, your movement?
8.
Okay, so Gothar, there's pretty much 0 universe you catch Nikki. You are very fast, but not that fast. So Nikki, you're the first person to see this. Nikki, you run for an unknown amount of time until your lungs start to burn. Not in a way where you feel like you could not run anymore today, but in the way where you're like, okay, a breather is well worth it, especially considering the journey ahead of you. You don't know how long you've been walking through these tunnels, but what you come to builds upon what you saw previously. You've opened up into a wider expanse, and you begin to see signs of architecture. Straight lines, perpendicular, parallel, clear signs of intervention upon natural strata. In this world made of metal, you look to the sides of you and see that you have opened up into what once was a city street. Doors, windows to either side of you. And in this yawning doorway to this vaster expanse of once civilization here in the dark depths of the ground, only given life by the lights of your suit, you see a single expired canister of oxygen, long since forgotten, left by the doorway of one of these houses. And right above it, glistening in the light as you hear the heavy footfalls of Gothar behind you, you see what appears to be 4 distinct marks gouged into the metal architecture of this once otherwise undisturbed metal doorway. And then Gothar meets you, and then shortly behind you hear the footfalls of your companions continuing onward, and that's when you see the full scope of everything. Could you make a spot hidden check for me, please, the first person being here?
Hard success.
With a hard success, your lights from your suit casting into the distance, you see this illuminates what would otherwise be almost a labyrinthine construction. So intertwined all these paths are. And yet, your map is guiding you through them. Your lights catch what look to be a set of white eyes looking at you from a window. Exposed teeth gleaming in the light, no lips to speak of, just a maw closed and sealed, staring back to you in a shake. You sweep back to it, and it's gone, just in time for you to hear the faint whisper of the ghosts on the wind above you.
Good dig site. Yeah. This'll do.
Oh, Nikki, you are a speedy one, but I catch you now. Oh, what have you found here? Wow, Nikki, you have an eye for design. You're faster than I thought. What?
Oh my God.
Do all 4 of us see, like, the gouging and everything too now?
As you all arrive, you would see this very clear sign of civilization, in that it looks these were structures carven into the plates of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
If you look close enough, you would see that practically everything is perfectly maintained, other than the wear and tear of erosion. There are clear marks on some of these doorways of gouges torn through them. And of course, all of you would see the expired oxygen can.
Does this look like human architecture?
Maybe. If you're a fan of history, perhaps, it looks fairly Grecian.
May I make a history
You
check?
may.
98.
You look at this and you go, the Smurfs can.
This looks Smurfian. Yes. Yes, you can tell it's from the 1980s. Television. Blue people. Biscuits.
I thought that you gave the professor some medicine.
Not a professor.
Sorry,
Now super zooted,
is this
to be fair.
a side effect of the medicine that you gave the not the professor?
You know, Yeah, may have given him a little too much. I don't know if you noticed, but
You hear this
I was attacked
tink,
with a knife.
Tink, tink, and you look and you can see Charles is trying to lick the wall through his vaccine.
The snozzberries taste like snozzberries.
So it may have been a little bit much.
I'm just going to grab you here, Professor.
Gothar is just holding the shoulders of the professor back just far enough that while he still licks, he just can't hit the metal wall anymore.
Dicky's just shaking her head at this point and is just like,
Okay, unpopular opinion, might have been too much. All right, got it.
kind of like takes a step back and is like walking, trying to like think about like what the next step would be, especially to get like Charles at least not licking the glass. And
Tall order.
yeah. And then can I notice those scratch marks?
Yeah.
We're good to notice
yeah.
all that. And I'm like,
Guys, did you guys see this over here?
and then I'm like pointing at the scratch marks and stuff and the canister. Just kind of bringing that to everybody's attention.
Relative to where the scratch marks are, where was the eyes and teeth?
Further off.
Further off.
Yeah. Think of this as a thoroughfare.
Oh.
The canister was right as you entered this thoroughfare.
Okay. Yeah.
Right to your left. About 20 feet that way. Off angle to you, through one of the doorways, through one of the windows. You saw that face staring back to you, almost skeletal in appearance, and yet it seemed reflective by nature.
Nikki, realizing that she has guns, reaches down, is like, and like takes out her automatic handgun and just points it towards where she had the face.
Okay.
Did you accidentally give medicine to Nikki too?
No, Nikki, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I saw something over there.
Did you guys see her take anything? Because I definitely didn't miss or anything. Bro, you're acting like it, man. I'm just checking.
What did you see, Nikki?
There were these eyes and these teeth.
Guys, is this normal for her?
Glowing white eyes?
Yeah.
Now I'm convinced they are both high as fucking kites.
I'm not high.
I might be a little fun. I forgot what I was saying.
Then he licks the inside of his helmet.
No. Let me focus. I saw them too when I slashed at you, which again I'm very sorry for.
I'm sure, yeah.
No, but truly, I am. That's what I saw. They were yelling at me, and
Where
you're
are
seeing
they?
them too.
I will fight them. No one yells at my non-professor friend.
Yeah, I think there's someone over there.
Perhaps it's the person who ripped off their badge. The thing that said run. Maybe they're looking for it and that's why they're so angry. What?
There's 4 of us and 1 of them. Give me my knife back. Let's tear it up.
We won't give you the knife back, but you can come with us.
That's okay. I've got.
He raises one hand. He says,
I've got the king here,
and the other,
and the queen here.
Excellent. Bring your royal household with us, and we will go and defeat this bright-eyed person together.
Guthar's, what's my name?
Gothar.
Gothar has already started to walk towards where you were gesturing,
Okay.
where Nikki was gesturing.
So your maps still show you your way through this.
Is it down that fairway?
Yeah, it does lead you through this cityscape.
Everyone, it is also coincidentally that it is the same direction we all have to go.
Oh, no.
Just follow me. Follow me.
Still feels right, guys. Let's just go that way.
It's as if Soul wants us to go this way.
You're religious?
Not really. I was like baptized, but
Okay, you need to walk a bit farther apart from us so
There's
that
no
the ghosts
atheists
don't know
in a-
that you are associated with us.
no
That's
atheists
embarrassing.
in a foxhole.
What is a fox?
I can only tell you what it says.
Okay. You're continuing down the thoroughfare. Could I have all of you please make a sanity check for me?
Damn it.
Wow.
As
As the fox continued to do what it say.
Don't bring the fox back. Success.
Amazing.
that is literally just a success. I have 52 sanity at the moment. I rolled a 52. so-
Wow.
Okay, so I rolled a 66, and I have 34 sanity remaining.
Nice.
Gothar? Great.
Tom just like scooted himself up in his chair like an excited kid who just was told he could have a second cookie.
I do love cookies. So, Gothar. Exuberantly, you lead the way. You are not afraid of this strange demon person,
We have elves in Nano Iceland. I am ready for anything.
and you're thinking of elves during this, leaving offerings for them. And as you're doing this, firstly, take 3 points of sanity damage. Secondly, so ready for an elf are you that when you round the corner, first amongst your party to do so, after traveling for what feels like an eternity through this winding maze of households carved into the strata of this planet, moving ever upwards, mind you. You take one turn, and you impact what looks like a telephone pole in front of you.
I've hit the telephone pole.
And as you look up, you don't see a crooked lamp holding a light. You see a solitary skeletal face tilted downwards, mouth agape, eyes burning like coals at the base of an oven, staring down to you, and as its jaw unhinges, you can hear it snap as its strange metallic flesh falls into place, and almost like a speaker, it yells out at you. Successful first mission!
This telephone pole is really creepy.
Can I run away? I want to run back the way I just came.
You dart back the way you came, fast as your feet can carry you. Meanwhile, all the while, you feel as though the elongated neck of this being, its head is right over your shoulder as your arms pump in that direction. Its head tilted towards you. You see its twisted visage looking at you, regurgitating sounds it's heard on this planet for decades.
It's still here, it's still here. It's still here, it's still here.
All of you
like
see
right
Gothar
behind him.
round the corner and just collide into whoever was first behind Gothar.
I think that was me. Nikki.
You bump into each other.
Oh, God.
I was holding a gun.
You were holding a gun. And more concerning to you, Nikki, almost as though it saw the lamplight of your suit as Gothar rounds the corner, stretched out on an impossibly long neck on the far side of his shoulder, you see that same gleaming face, teeth chittering as it repeats the words of those spoken above. And as soon as it catches the lights, its eyes reflecting in the glow, it pulls back.
Wait, sorry, its eyes reflecting.
The
What?
glow of your lamplight.
Yeah, Nikki's kind of frozen there.
You know, I had this same type of bad trip in year 3.
I'm not on drugs right now.
Are you sure? Like, it's okay, man.
I feel like Charles is just gonna like step forward and like maybe put his hand on Nikki's shoulder.
I am sorry. I think we need to stay together.
Are you suggesting we go back the same place I just ran from, but we do it in a bigger group?
You said it doesn't like the light.
I guess not.
Doesn't like what?
I don't think it likes the light.
Doesn't like light?
It was dark where I went.
Don't you have your light on?
I didn't have my light on, I forgot.
You always forget to turn your light on.
It's not my fault, we all have strengths and weaknesses.
Mine is turning on.
In Nano Iceland, all the cars are made by Nokia. They turn the lights on automatically. It is not in my nature or my culture to turn the lights on.
Well, we're going to turn the lights on now.
I still don't know where that is.
And nobody does.
It's in the Nano North Atlantic.
I have a suggestion for us. Guys, I have a
Yes.
suggestion here.
Please,
Look.
the drugged up doctor has a suggestion. Everyone shut the
one.
fuck up and listen.
In my medic pack, I also have rope. So why don't we all just string ourselves together so that we don't get lost, and we're gonna go through this together.
I actually...
That seems like a shitty idea.
What do you mean?
Because what if one of us is to fall down farther into the void, and then you pull us all down?
No, listen. We fell in this void together. We've worked together for 10 years. We're getting out together. If one of us falls, the other 3 pulls them up. Yes, I agree. We should tie rope.
Even if I fall, you think you're all 3 going to lift me?
You just go at the back. It's probably gonna be the first person that falls.
I
if
think
you go
that-
at the back.
And honestly,
Okay,
I think the
alright.
3 of us working together could probably do something.
All right,
Okay.
I will do this. I'll go in the back.
So you're tying yourselves together.
I suppose so. All of us are tying ourselves together, but poorly.
Other than Nikki.
Nikki, you're not required to, but just please stay close to us.
Can we just go?
Yes. Yes, let's tie and move,
Okay.
as we say in the mobile BDSM community.
We say that in Nano.
The MBDSM.
MBDSM, yes.
Okay.
I
Beautiful.
don't pull out a normal rope. I pull out like a BDSM for a rope.
Oh, it's so fuzzy.
That's what Meals on Wheels is.
It's real nice.
Okay, those of you tied together, I will need your marching order.
I'm at the end.
Okay, so goes Gothar.
I'll go at the front. I'll do it because, I am the leader. And if anything bad happens, it will happen to me. That is my responsibility. That is the promise that I made to you when you agreed to work for me.
Beautiful. And
We don't work for you.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
No, you super do. Yeah, I'm your boss.
Really?
Since when?
I don't think so.
10 years ago.
I will have
You're not my boss.
we will have a
hired
seniority
separately
circle
from
when
all
we
of
come
you.
back
Listen,
as well.
here's the thing. I'm not like other bosses. I'm a cool boss.
I didn't read my contract. Bye, just sign that shit.
10-year... It's fine. Let's just go. Let's survive.
All right, lead the way. You are our boss.
Nikki would be kind of walking beside and slightly behind Charles.
okay, Charles, you lead the way. Can you please make a survival or tracking check?
Hear me out.
Yeah.
In a way,
Sure.
right, we are all part of a system,
Yeah. Go
right?
on.
A system that is like operating, maybe on a level we don't understand,
Sure.
but truly like humanity collectively.
Okay.
It's just a system that's operating,
Great.
right?
Agreed.
What do you think then, crazy pitch, sysops
Yeah.
as the role
As the role for
instead of navigation or tracking?
we have a map?
intriguing. You do have a heads-up display.
We literally have a map to look at.
You do have you do literally have a map to look at.
Nikki's really nervous.
However, it is not so easy as it sounds. It's basically like a bing, bing, bing kind of map, not
Yeah,
a...
it's like a breadcrumb map. It's not like take this street and go this street. Yeah.
If you want to make a sysops check, go for it. You will do so with 2 penalty dice.
Okay, here's the thing, team. So I have absolutely no skill in navigate or the other thing that you said.
Yeah, track.
Track, yeah. However, I have a 70 in sysops. I think the math is on the side of still doing sysops.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to try it.
I think you should do the sysops.
We have this meta conversation.
Yeah.
While he performs the sysops, I'm just going to check in on my sugar glider.
Okay.
It's 95.
Oh my god.
What about your luck?
Okay, do I have actually, you know what? I do have a lot of luck. Yeah, I would need 26 luck.
You just
Could
need
I-
to meet, right?
25,
So-
yeah, 25 luck. I'm gonna spend it.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 25 luck.
25 luck.
One shot.
One shot,
How much
exactly.
luck is left to you?
That'd probably be 27.
Okay, noted. You do manage to use your incredible technical skills to not necessarily read the map, but understand the map. You're not looking at information and interpreting it. You're breaking down what the map is relaying on a level that other people can't comprehend. You know that meme of Zach Galifianakis gambling where it's just like numbers flying at a screen?
Yes.
You look at a map and you don't see dot go here and then dot go there. You look at a map and you just see calculations.
All right.
And you know where you're going.
But it's actually all my 11-year-old son, like very basic algebra.
It's like 2 + 2, 4. Yeah. Yeah. You nail it. You do manage to navigate successfully.
Okay.
And this continues for what feels like hours until you break clear of this mass of humanity and find yourself in almost a perfectly oval-like tube. Not circular, not bored through everything, but narrower towards the top, wider towards the side, and it's very gradual, very wide, very wide across. In the distance, you see a set of lights and an individual running very quickly towards you amidst these lights. And finally, you hear over your comms, "Finally," and you see Aroma making the way towards you in the dark.
Aroma,
Aroma?
wonderful to see you. Oh dear. It's truly a quintuple biscuits situation here, Aroma.
There are many biscuits, but that is all right. We are in the place where biscuits can be redeemed for monetary gain.
Wonderful.
She really understands her metaphors for being a robot.
We are very near a place where we can extract safely from these tunnels. I have brought a buggy down with me, a rover. If we board upon it, we can make it back to the pad with haste.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go, yes, of course.
Wonderful.
Aroma about faces and starts walking towards the buggy in the distance. As you are walking, it feels almost like an optical illusion. You keep walking forward, the buggy never gets any closer. You keep walking forward, the buggy never gets any closer. Can you guys please make a spot hidden check for me?
Regular success.
Fail.
I'm gonna spend 13 luck to make it a success.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It was a hard success.
Hard success, success, fail, and success. Those of you who succeeded, you pick up on this optical illusion. Moreover, you look to the ever so slightly canted upward footpath beneath you as it rounds to meet the middle of this oval-shaped tunnel, and see that there are specific mounds, perfectly interspersed, not part of the surface itself, but planted into them. And then you begin to see articles of clothing. Boots, gloves, helmets. Boots, gloves, helmets. More patches. More of these holes in the surface. Vacant. So eager are you to just follow Aroma back to the buggy that they've brought. But you catch this. It's out of place. You see these irregularities.
Aroma? Why can't we reach him? What?
Are we not reaching him?
No! No!
Oh, are you worried?
Fucking yes!
Understandable. The last crew were worried as well.
Are they still worried? Do they have emotions still, the last crew?
They went home safely. Don't panic. I've been here since the start.
Aroma, when you say home, what do you mean by home?
You did have a really strong metaphor game earlier. Is this also one of your metaphors?
No. The previous crew, Artemis 001, returned home, as will you, in your own way.
What do you mean in our own way, Aroma?
One of the first nights I was here, I met them. You know of whom I speak. Those with glass eyes, they want you. Your skin, they will use it as their own ship to travel.
Stop! Roma, stop! Stop fucking with us!
And Nikki raises her gun at Aroma.
Aroma turns around.
Violence. A classic solution.
Nikki, shoot Aroma.
Yes, Nikki. Shoot Aroma. I certainly am not built to withstand harsh gravitational forces, let alone bullets. Do you want to risk bringing them here prematurely?
Wait, what the fuck?
Don't look now.
You all begin to hear the whispers of the radio waves creeping up behind you. One foul, twisted word at a time. A melange of previous howls, simple greetings, last words. You feel the horrifying dread of what awaits you should you turn around.
Holy fuck.
Nikki grabs a pipe bomb
Okay.
and lights it.
Okay. Acting from instinct, your training, all of the real meat ninja, keep it kicking in. You light your pipe bomb. What do you do? Aroma is in front of you. The rover in front of you. Behind you waits you know not what.
Nikki's going to light the pipe bomb. Stick it in one of like the indents or the holes with
Yep, you lean over, plant it in one of the holes in the ground.
Fucking run!
We all just start booking.
For the first time, in a moment of sudden sobriety, the optical illusion of non-movement fades, and you haul ass.
We're just like running and the pipe bomb just stays beside us.
Oh no!
You hear the hiss of the fuse whining to its short life's end behind you, and you all book it past Aroma, who stands, arms crossed behind their back as is their fashion, staring ahead into the tunnel. And as you pass, you see their head ever so slightly bow. It doesn't stop you, doesn't move to interject, and you can make it to the rover. As you do, you hear and feel the eruption of the pipe bomb behind you, shooting into this metallic tube of a tunnel. I need all of you to please make constitution checks for me to prevent yourselves from going unconscious from the shockwave. You'll get a bonus dice because you are on morphine.
That is a regular success.
So regular success is good.
Yeah, I don't even think I really need to have a bonus dice.
Yeah.
We're spending luck.
66 out of 80.
Regular success.
Regular success. Huge.
I'm spending a bunch of luck to make it a regular success.
How much luck are you spending?
24 luck.
Wow. Okay.
We're spending that one-shot money, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Got him. Spend it.
So my constitution's 50. And I rolled a solid 99.
You have a bonus dice. So that was a 59. What's your con score?
50?
Spend 9 luck.
I will spend 9 luck. I came up with that idea on my own, and I think that's a great idea.
Smart.
Yeah, thank you.
Great idea, Jess.
Smart idea.
That's Dicky for you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Great dick.
Great, Dicky. Okay, you make it to the rover. You feel the shockwave wash over you. Your suit's taking the vast majority of the blow. As you sit in the rover, lights pointed down the tunnel from whence you came. You see the gouting flame shoot around you and beside you before it extinguishes. And all that's left are a dozen chrome figures charging as fast as they can, eyes wide in your direction. Gothar, make a drive check for me, please.
Fucking drive!
It's also important to note, your rope was burned.
Right, so there's nothing connecting us now.
I'm gonna spend 19 luck to make it a success.
We're rolling so bad today.
Yeah.
Like, you had some good ones at the beginning, Brian, but like honestly,
I used them all up.
So you peel off, spitting all sorts of residue back behind you into the face of these horrid creatures from whence you came. That and the form of Aroma, who casually starts walking up the tunnel after you in the wake of these beasts. And all you hear around you is the cacophony of voices once heard aloud upon this planet. Clear and true, those of your own voices, shrieking after you, morphed, twisted in such ways where you have no recollection that these were once your words. Instead, this is a haunting, hollow voice of yourself, a mirror from whence there is no looking back. So, you are screaming into the distance, these horrid creatures shrieking in your wake, the lights of your rover casting a clear clarion call through the darkness in front of you. You realize how far you traveled and how swift this vehicle moves. You reach the surface rather quickly. And in the distance, now on the surface, you notice two things. One, you can see the pad. It's close. Two, the umbilical has been retracted. And I guess a third thing that you notice, it is dark. It is nighttime. And where once you would catch whispers on the wind, now all you hear is the howling gale of the voices caught on radio waves here, except now you know they were not caught by the winds, they were caught by these beings. And now on the surface, you see you aren't being pursued, or you wanted to do something, I believe. You're cresting towards the surface. You can see them running behind you nearly as swift as the car itself. Would anybody like to take any actions before you clear out of the tunnel mouth?
Charles has a series of plastic explosives that he has been issued in case the digger gets itself stuck and they need to blast the rock around it to retrieve it. He would like to take some of these plastic explosives, and I understand this is quite difficult, but try to throw them at the wall of the cave while the rover is going, in an attempt to hopefully cause a cave-in behind them.
Okay. So, I would say this is there's an explosives check, correct?
Demolitions.
Demolitions. So, let's say this is going to be demolitions, and I'm looking for a hard or better success.
Very good. Just a regular straight roll?
With a penalty dice.
With a penalty dice. That makes a lot of sense. All right.
As you are in the back of a moving vehicle.
Yeah, no, makes sense. My demolitions is 40. I rolled a 61 with the penalty dice.
Yeah.
I have 27 luck left. I'm going to spend 21 of it.
Okay.
To succeed.
Jeez. Okay. On a success, you successfully stick the plastic explosives to the roof of this metallic cave. This tunnel that you're exiting in rapidly as Gothar continues to drive. It is ready to detonate, though you're not sure this will actually bring down the cave. At the very least, you're hoping it'll slow down those in pursuit of you. With that in mind, you breach the exit of the tunnel cave and the tunnel mouth, my mistake, and detonator in hand, you press down, and you're once again met not by a gulf of fire from pipe bomb, but the resonating thud of an explosion just rocking the world around you. You do see some of the metal chunks of this tunnel collapse inward, though not in its entirety. You did not successfully bring down the tunnel.
Totally. It was a regular success, not a hard success. Yeah, makes sense.
But the explosion itself, you do see catches at least a couple of them in the blast. And now you're on the surface. On the pockmarked surface of this metallic planet. Gothar, I need you to please make another drive check to avoid the obstacles in your path and safely get you to the pad.
18, which is a regular success, I guess, out of 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a regular success. Nice.
Yeah.
Good
Wait, so
job.
Gothar doesn't have any skill in drive? It's just the base skill?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Literally any of us could have been driving.
It was the confidence with which you did it. That's what sold it.
I love that.
Gothar just like, no worries at all. I've got this.
Yeah.
You sit back and relax.
I like to drive.
Okay.
I play so much GTA 5.
Screaming across the surface of this planet towards the pad. It's getting closer and closer and closer. You, Nikki, notice that these horrid, long-limbed, metallic figures are charging behind you, still a few in your wake. And as you scan the horizon, you see the beads of eyelight of these beasts circling in towards the pad as though a legion were descending upon you. The ones closest to you, the ones from the tunnel, are so close and their necks extending out impossibly long so that their stretched, toothy maws are closer to you, open wide, shrieking out nothingness towards your ears, making you want to huddle down in fear. You have a gun. What would you like to do to those, if anything, to those that are close to you?
Well, definitely not shoot them.
Okay.
Use your words.
Stop.
I would like to set a boundary.
Yeah. This is my private square.
This is my space.
Not touchy.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay, so from what we've seen, these metallic figures are just like running through the flames of the explosives. Like, it hasn't done anything to...
Yeah, it seems like the pipe bomb didn't do much, but the actual crushing factor of the surface of the planet falling down on them did stop a few of them.
Okay, cool. Okay. Nikki is gonna reach down and take out... How far are they from...
The ones charging behind you are close enough that they are reaching to grab the vehicle.
Roger.
Close.
Yeah, quite close.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's quite close.
Remember, they don't like light. Perhaps someone shines their light on them?
So Nikki had to like do the pipe bomb, had previously put her handgun back in its holster, and just because of the whole rush of things, she thought she put that handgun on her left side, and so she goes down to grab her left side and instead hoists out a .45 revolver and takes a shot
Okay.
at whoever's closest.
Go ahead and shoot at the nearest one.
That is a regular success.
On a regular success. Okay, roll damage.
That is 5.
5 points of damage.
Yeah.
Arm outstretched, metallic figure extending impossibly long towards you. You level your gun. One shot fires, resounding across the vast open atmosphere. You see the bullet, the actual impact of something, actually does work quite well. It seems as if these are rather soft metallic figures. The bullet tears a hole through the arm, and you see it's permanent. And the arm is now drooping a little bit, no longer able to stretch as far as it did, and it comes slithering back so it can run with greater ease, but you've done permanent damage by knocking it away. As the shot echoes out, you hear shouted back towards you over the frequencies what was probably a conversation from Artemis 1. And it's a mixture of voices all screaming out, "Shoot! Shoot everything! No! And they keep following. But the one that you shot, notably, falls back. It just doesn't have it in it to keep chasing at the pace that it was.
Fuck you, aroma.
Okay, the buggy continues. You're quickly approaching the pad. Noticeably, you see the large garage doors on the northern side of the structure begin cycling and starting to close.
Of course.
Step on it, Gothar.
I'm stepping as hard as I can. My foot is flat on the bottom of this little thing that we are in.
Okay. Could you please go ahead and just make one more drive check for me? Luigi, or
Whatever your name is.
whatever your name is. Gothar.
Okay. 66.
Okay.
And
drive skill? Is 20.
All right, yeah. Right, I forgot we established this, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't have enough luck. I don't have enough luck to do anything about it.
Okay. The good news is you've already succeeded. You're not going to drive any worse. Now there's just pressure on everyone else. As you are screaming towards the doors, they close just as you arrive. The panels for manual override outside the station, waiting to be used. The creatures are coming. There's one clean way through this, or you can hop back in the rover and try and make it all the way around the near 0.75 kilometer distance to the far side and see if those doors are open. Other than that,
I'm going for the manual override.
Okay, you disembark from the vehicle, jumping off the rover. The creatures are screaming in on all sides. Please make a sysops check.
I'm going to spend 1 point of luck to make that a hard success.
With a hard success, you do manage to override the harder security systems, and a voice comes through in all your comms.
Unexpected.
And the doors open a fraction of an inch, enough for all of you to squeeze through. You will not all make it through in time before the first of these creatures is upon you.
I'm at the
You're at the panel. You're closest to the doors.
I see the three of them get in. I would like to immediately trigger the internal camera in my helmet.
Marie, Victor, Sandra, I love you so much. I gave 10 years so that you could live in comfort, and I would have given 100 more, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get those. Just remember that I love you.
As those words escape your lips, the doors closing, the last things you hear after those words, I love you, is just... And you feel a sickening thump push through your suit, push through your spine, and you look forward and you see just a metallic hand reaching through the bottom of your rib cage. And in your periphery, through your helmet, the looming face of one of these creatures as it just says,
Remember that I love you.
And your vision goes black. You three hear the comms go dead for Charles on the far side. You're now inside the pad. You know that in the command station there is an emergency beacon to summon a shuttle from orbit, even during the nighttime. The shuttles are built to withstand it. It's a quick 2-minute run if you haul ass. And outside the station now, you hear as these creatures begin to pound on the sides of the walls, of all surfaces. They seem to be trying to climb, do anything.
Nikki, like, oh my god, it's happening. It's time. She looks down at her stuffed animals. She takes them off, and she pulls claymores out of them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know, yeah, places just them strategically, 2 of them.
Okay.
Just apart near where she hears all the thudding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then plans to book it towards the control room.
Okay. What about you two? Gothar, Dicky.
So we have to run somewhere?
There's an emergency beacon
Yeah.
in the command bunker,
Right.
within the actual circle of the pad. If you make it there and you summon the beacon, it will summon a shuttle. It'll take you a 2-minute run to get there.
Can I just haul ass?
Yeah, of course.
Haul your ass.
Okay, I'm hauling. I'm hauling my ass.
Okay. Dicky, is there anything you'd like to do in this moment of conflict, panic, and otherwise stress?
Dicky starts following Gothar because as a trained medical professional, like the whole like emotional side kind of shuts off. So it's like, okay, what's the next steps going? Like, it's follow you. I turn to Nikki and I'm like, Nikki, let's go. Like, we have to go. And yeah, just start hauling ass after Gothar. Nikki doesn't seem injured or anything, so my only concern for Nikki is just to follow us. But I think like Guthar's on like the right path. It's like kind of the only thing that seems logical and like quick thinking. So like I'm just hauling ass after you.
Okay.
So let's go, my guy. We're going.
You two take off. Nikki, you're setting up your claymores as explosives as a last-ditch effort. In a moment of surreal. Yeah, it's just a surreal moment. All the pounding on the doors stops. And through your comms, you hear,
What about our sharing circle? Please let me in. I just want to come in. We have things to talk about. Nikki? Don't you want to beat the high score? I'm very good at real meat ninja. Open the door, please.
No, you're fucking not!
And she turns around and runs.
I'll open it. I'm opening the door, Nikki.
as you hear,
Oh shit.
and you haul ass. You see Gothar and Dicky ahead of you by just a few moments. Gothar, the massive looming form of this nano-Icelandic person, barreling down the hallway. With your speed, you do manage to catch up to both of them. You round the elongated corner and you hear in the distance, followed by a series of even larger explosives as a bunch of the mechanical equipment goes up, as whatever was running in after you gets caught in the conflagration of your claymores, torn to shreds. You hear,
Ouch! We will have to have a sharing circle about that.
and then another voice says,
You won't have enough time.
you're running, and you know that there's emergency doors that you can collapse between you and the garage to prevent things from atmosphere getting in. It does require a check to override the system because currently Aroma is tampering with everything. The emergency button will work and you guys make it to the control center to do so. Would somebody like to stop and try and override the doors?
I have a 60 in tech repair. Does that count?
I'd allow it.
Okay.
So you're stopping, you run, you turn around and you go and try and slam on the emergency doors.
Yeah.
Okay, you pull the panel off and you try and get to work. Tech repair is a different sort of thing.
I could also do sysops.
Whichever you prefer.
I only have 40 in sysops.
Sysops would be an easier roll. If you're doing tech repair, it would be with a penalty dice.
Maybe.
I have electronics.
Electronics would be good.
If they work together, can they...
Yeah, you guys can combine your skills.
Yeah, I have 16 electronics.
Okay, if you guys work together and let Dicky go on ahead, I will give you a bonus dice to collapse the door and beat out Aroma.
Okay. 61.
Then you have a bonus dice.
61.
Yes.
Classic.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm gonna spend 1 luck to get 2 lucks. I'm gonna spend 2 luck to get a success.
Okay, mark off your luck. You successfully... The door comes slamming down around you just as you see the glint of eyes rounding the corner. Dicky, you are now in the command center, and you do see all the panels before you, but you've been through this training. You understand. There's a simple override switch. You take your own personal ID chip, you insert it, you open it up, you hit the button, a shuttle comes. Mm-hmm. That's all you have to do.
I do that
Okay.
quickly
Okay, you quickly remove your
with
ID.
haste.
You remove your ID, you slam it into place, you open it. You hear the shuttle. The eerie part about this is that your comms still don't work. You're just hoping the shuttle is coming. You know this is how the system is supposed to work. Mm-hmm. The shuttle will land outside of the pad, just south of the southern garage. It takes about 2 minutes, because it comes screaming down. Gothar and Nikki rejoin you. As you guys are running, you hear pounding on the doors behind you, the same metallic clangor of these beings bursting through the pad to try to get to you. You can all see that Dicky has called the emergency shuttle. Nikki, you know it's outside. Or it will be.
Okay. Shuttle's coming. Okay. What do we do?
Is there can we climb onto the roof from the inside?
Through either of the garages, you can access the top of the pad. You'll need to make it to the southern garage. And then, there's ladders and staircases. You can just walk up.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go up top. Maybe they won't notice me because I also have 70, 80, I have 90 in stealth.
How?
Because you do 70 plus then the 20, right?
No, but you weren't allowed to add the 20 to any of your skills.
Why?
Because we said
You're not cheating, you're not trying, guys. Come on.
You're not cheating, you're not trying.
Okay.
Okay, fine. I have 70 in stealth.
That's great.
I have 50.
Phenomenal.
So are you communicating this to anybody, or is Gothar keeping this to themselves?
No, I'll say it to her.
Just like disappears.
Okay.
Ninja.
Goodbye.
Hey, everybody, I'm thinking that we might be able to climb onto the roof, and then maybe, if we're really, really quiet and we tippy-toe across the way, we might be able to go over them. Or like, up, and then maybe...
I heard them. They were climbing the walls outside.
They were climbing. I thought they were just pounding on the walls. Oh, but they also have telescopic heads.
Points are being made, and they are correct ones. That is good.
I'm more of a verbal processor.
Do we hear them banging?
There, you can still hear the clangor. Standing in the hallway as you are not within the command center trying to figure out where you're going to go, you hear most presently the banging on the emergency door.
So maybe if we climb up a part of the building that is not close to the emergency door, we might be able to get away from
Or
them.
we just go through the garage door.
That makes also a lot of sense. But do you think that the sound would be obvious to them?
Well, we just wait until the dropship lands, and then we go right away.
All right, let's try it. We will try that.
Okay, so you're running all the way to the far side of the station, past the storage bunker, past the mess, towards the southern garage. Can I get everybody to make a con check for me, please? It's been a busy day.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I got the 68 out of 80. I think that's a pretty good success.
That is a success.
That is a failure.
That's a failure. Okay.
Dicky's con is 50, and I rolled 75.
Do you have 25 luck?
You know, I do. I think we should probably do that. Seems like the right amount of time. So, yeah, I'll use 25 luck
Yep.
in order to make this a success.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, so all but one of you succeed. And you're hauling ass towards the garage. It's only once you two arrive in the garage that you notice Nikki has fallen behind. Nikki, you are just so winded. You feel the atmosphere within your mask fogging up from the exertion of your labors today. You two are in the garage. Nikki is not quite there yet. The doors are sealed. The shuttle is waiting. The shuttle will arrive outside. It cannot enter. You'll have to find a way to open those doors. Nikki, you hear thundering behind you footfalls.
Like, I can't run anymore, or like,
No,
what?
you can run. You get the sense that you will have to prepare for a bit of a fight here to make it to the garage.
She continues to run.
Okay. You see Nikki around the corner. The last little stretch towards the garage. And right on her heels is one of these things. Screaming after her. You can seal the garage like you can any of the compartments, but it needs override. Are any of you going to stop what is happening from happening? What is everybody doing in this moment as Nikki is being actively pursued by one of these beings?
I would like to throw one of my mag boots at the people chasing her. Hopefully, the power of the fact that I've turned the boot on before I throw it will mean that it will be attracted at very high speed to their face and might actually knock them out. I will throw both of my boots at the same time.
Make a throw check.
I also majored in shot put in Nano Iceland.
Okay, then this throw check should be super easy.
Why do I have this
Wish it
seeking
was discus.
suspicion that there are no points been put into throw?
I didn't put any points in
It's just like drive.
Yes, you did. That mean you did well.
Nano Iceland, low bar.
Bar.
They have their own Olympics.
I got
Javelin, no. Hammer
47.
throw, no.
So
Shot
that
put.
was a fail.
That's a fail. Nikki. Gothar notices you, rounding the corner of this thing in pursuit. You see Gothar throw their boots, magnets engaged. Such a throw is this that you just watch them stick to the wall outside the mouth of the entranceway to the tunnel that you're in for the pad. And this thing is still hot on your tail.
I tried, Nikki, I tried.
It is there anything you would like to do in this moment? You have a few seconds here to interact in a meaningful way.
I have firearms electrical. Can I roll for that?
Do you have a firearm with you?
Not necessarily. No.
Unfortunately not.
But there's nothing around. We are literally on the pad.
There's no guns.
There's no guns. They don't just leave guns around.
Okay, well.
Those are
In
Nikki.
case
In
of
hindsight-
emergency, break glass is like a shotgun.
Yeah, no. In case of emergency, you have Nikki.
I have a different design method, clearly. Okay. Okay, then can I, like, roll for survival? Would that make sense right now?
I will track my way out.
Oh gosh, yeah, no.
No. Are you trying to, like, make a survival check as in...
I'm, like, for Nikki almost. Like, I'm trying to, like, I don't know.
What are her chances?
Yeah.
Sure.
Interesting. That's clever.
Yeah, good luck, Nikki. It was a fail.
So, Nikki, Gothar tries their best to interact on your behalf, fails. It seems Dicky is frozen in a state of analysis.
Analysis paralysis.
And this shrieking metallic figure is going to try and grab you.
Okay. Okay.
So this would be opposed brawl if you're trying to fight back.
Not opposed to firearms?
You could try and shoot it, yeah. I'll allow it.
All right.
It's right in your face.
Yes.
Make it with a bonus dice.
All right. I'm gonna spend 4 luck to make that a hard success.
A hard success. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to opposition in these things, you have to beat the opposing score.
Typically.
Okay. This creature got a hard success. You go, you turn, you fire. It snakes preternaturally out of the way and grabs you by the arm that was holding your gun and tries to lift you bodily into the air. It is strong enough to do so. It has stopped before the mouth of the doors to the garage. It is going to slam you into the ground just once. Take 8 points of damage. You feel everything shatter around you, so forceful is the impact that your helmet shatters. Glass breaking out around you. This thing looming above you, shrieking. You all receive a comm at this point.
Artemis to ground crew. Artemis to ground crew. What is happening down there? The metal of the earth is trying to swallow you? We're coming in for a landing.
It's at this point that you all hear a voice answer back over the comms.
Don't worry, Artemis. Everything is fine. It's a malfunction in the sensors.
Don't trust the robot! Don't listen to that person.
It's a false alarm.
No, it's not.
You know Dicky. He's always doing that morphine. Everything is A-okay. We're having a trust talk before we come back tomorrow.
No, we're not. We're not having a trust talk. That was not the real Charles. He's dead.
Danger imminent!
Okay.
Are you still coming?
Make one of you who has spoken. You can choose amongst yourselves, or you can try and combine total it again. I need a persuade check here. Please and thanks.
May I argue on their behalf for a bonus dice?
Yeah. If you're doing the whole rollies together thing.
That was an easy argument for me.
Yeah.
No.
Still no.
Still no.
Right.
You hear Artemis radio back.
Oh, Charles. I'm glad to hear it. The sensors must be playing mischief on us in the night. Keep that doctor of yours in line. They shouldn't be pressing the emergency button like that. It costs a lot of money to fuel the shuttle.
Fuck. No.
Anyways, we'll have to still scream down through orbit and then resurface. We'll do a drive-by. You can wave to us. as we say hello before we return to the Artemis.
Can we also come aboard? Instead of just wave, could you pick us up as well? Could the waves be gesturing to come towards us with the doors open?
Charles, it seems that your crew has had a bit too much to drink in celebration of returning home. Even so, we'll see you on the outside if you want to pop out.
We are so fucked.
So, Dicky, Gothar, what are you doing in this moment, as well as Nikki? What would you like to try to do in this moment? You are currently restrained by this metallic being.
So I can't shoot it?
You can shoot it.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
While you are doing that, first of all, it's been enough time that Dicky is definitely starting to come out of a high.
Beautiful.
So, acting more irrationally than normal, and also feeling this impending doom, takes off the medkit and starts preparing, which we're already correct me if I can't do this, but I'm the medic, so I think I can. 3 syringes with lethal injection. And then I, all capped, throw one at Gothar and get ready to potentially throw one towards Nikki, so that it's at least your choice. If you can't get out of a situation, you now have a lethal injection to give it yourself, because I'm just feeling so doomed.
Very morbidly considerate of you.
You're welcome.
So, in a moment of morbid clarity, you decide, I'm not going to try to escape bodily. I'm going to give myself an out through a death of my choosing. And so you prep a lethal cocktail for yourself and for each of your companions. Make a throw check to toss one to Gothar, please. And another to toss one to Nikki. 1 throw check for both tosses. Let's go.
48.
And what is your throw skill?
Well, I didn't put anything in there.
It's a fail.
That'd be a fail.
It would be a fail.
Okay, so this moment of clarity comes through. You go, great, I have a clean way we can end this. They're not going to take advantage of us. You make the cocktail, you pocket one for yourself. You see, channeling this moment of clarity, and you throw both syringes, and they miss completely. They scatter across the floor. They're somewhat close to your targets, but they did not.
My guy, I am coming down from a high right now. I am doing my best.
It's tough. It's tough. It's a tough scene for a guy coming down from a high.
They're in the room.
Are you doing anything?
Because of Gothar's Icelandic / Viking roots, he's thinking okay, well, the best way to get to Valhalla, Nano Valhalla, is to die in battle. So Gothar's not going to morphine his way out. He's gonna climb up on the roof. Okay, so is there a removable patch on my, can you remember that we found that patch?
It's a stitched patch.
So it's fabric?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna climb up on the roof, and then I'm gonna rip that little patch off, and I'm just gonna impale it on some kind of stick of some kind, and then I'm just gonna wave it as help when they come and do a drive-by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Intriguing. Mm-hmm. Intriguing.
Yeah.
Make a luck check.
Okay.
A luck check for stick.
Maybe a stick on a metal planet.
Yeah.
Could be a metal stick, like a hand.
Yeah, metal stick.
Yeah. I don't have enough luck left for this to be anything useful, so
you use your turn
fail
to run up the gangways all the way up to the top.
Can I just use my arm like a stick and just hold it in my hands and wave it?
You can wave it around. You run to the top.
The original stick, if you will.
Yeah,
the original stick.
My
the human
bio
arm.
stick.
You're shooting.
Extreme success.
You're in melee. Look, this is a crit. Max your damage.
That would be 13 damage.
Yeah, okay. 13 damage?
Mm-hmm.
That's
45 revolver.
Yeah. What'd you roll on the dice?
1.
Brutal.
Could have been way higher.
Yeah. I was like, that seems so low. Okay, 13. You fire away, and the force of it is enough to dislodge this rather elastic being in close proximity. Its shrieking maw removed from you for a bare instant. You have a split second here where you can act and make it into the garage.
I do such things.
Okay, you run to the garage and you see Gothar running towards the roof, and the hatch closed behind him. That's his whole turn. We'll get to you in a second, Gothar. You're in the garage now, side by side with Dicky. Dicky has thrown your cocktail onto the ground.
Trying to be nice.
You see the one that you've shot has kind of staggered back, and more are now more casually walking down the hallway, mouths wide open, kind of echoing the voices of the lost. And amongst them, you see, wearing the garb that he had, though a hole has been punched through its chest, a mirror image, if not the exact same, Charles. Smile on his face, approaching you.
I believe there was a discussion of a post-mortem circle.
Closing the door.
Okay, I need an electrical sysops library use, an anthropology,
Accounting.
credit check,
Fast talk.
something. Roll closed door check for me, please. That is crazy.
I'm spending 3 luck to an extreme success.
An extreme success.
Yeah.
Charles approaches the doors. You override them. They slam shut on either side of you. Gothar, you're at the top, and you see the shuttle coming down, and you're waving. And you're waving, and you're waving.
Okay. I'm gonna wait till it's just close enough, and then I have some stuff in jump. I'm gonna jump to attach myself to their ship.
How?
Cause I'm gonna jump really high,
Okay, make a jump check.
but I'm waiting until it is within close enough
I hope
proximity.
you roll a 1.
Okay.
Does my suit have like mag capabilities?
You took off your boots.
No, my suit. Does my suit have mag capabilities?
Just like,
No.
Like, you know, like those Velcro trampoline things?
No, you're not wearing a Velcro suit, unfortunately. And even more disheartening, the shuttles aren't made with Velcro.
This is the only problem with your plan.
And so am I.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
All right, I'm going to jump. I'm waiting for it to be close enough, though, so that it's realistic that I could hold on to it.
okay.
Because it's like a helicopter, right? It has one of those like bottom things that I can hold on to, right? Like in Mission Impossible.
right, Tom? Right?
Yeah, right? It's like
Right?
a helicopter. It's
Right,
like a
Tom?
space helicopter, right, Tom?
There's
Spacecopter.
totally skids on the bottom of the shuttle that
He
can be
says-
held from,
Tired and defeated.
or totally skids. Gothar, make a spot hidden check for me, please.
And jump.
For the time being, it's just spot hidden.
78.
Great. We'll come back to you in a moment. You two, you've closed the doors. You have a moment of peace, silence, save for the banging on the doors around you, and from what you can tell, the jumping of Gothar above you. What would you like to do?
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Are all the doors for the garage completely closed, or is it just the one that we went down that side? Like, can we go?
You've closed all the doors now.
So we cannot go back out a door to get to storage.
So
There's little guys on both sides.
there's little guys on both sides.
Never mind, I don't want to do that.
There's guys outside.
Bad.
To your understanding, there's
But
guys
it's
on the
quiet.
roof.
There's no one banging.
There's only
as far as we
banging on
know.
the inside from what you can tell.
Yeah.
Seems most of them have chased into the station.
I'm gonna try to open the outside door.
Okay, you're gonna open the
Like the
outside door.
hatch.
No, like the actual, just like
Okay.
bay door.
Oh,
You got an extreme success on your previous electronics tech. I would say with an extreme success, you have the wherewithal to overcome the same difficulties you did in beating Aroma's securities, and you can open the door at your will.
Okay.
Won't even make you roll for it.
Can I? Is there any way to communicate with the?
You can try and patch through your comms. It seems Charles and Aroma are trying to kind of flood the airwaves, as it were, with positivity. You can try and break through.
Toxic positivity.
Yes.
don't hear that one too often.
Well, with the purest form of negativity, I'm going to try to pass through.
Okay. This is just going to be luck.
Oh, now it's luck. That's not hard. That's a fail.
Okay, you open the doors. You step out. You see the shuttle coming in. Gothar, you don't see the creature that hits you off the roof, but you feel it. As you jump, you come screaming down towards the surface from the top of the pad and land by your compatriots near the bottom. Fortunately for you two, a massive man screaming off the top of a roof catches the attention of a shuttle doing a drive-by.
You're welcome.
Gothar, make a con check for me, please.
12 out of 80.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah.
You have the wherewithal to fight back in this moment as this creature's spear tackles you off the roof. Its blazing eyes looking into your own as you come careening towards the surface of this earth at what is near terminal velocity, even from this 50-foot fall. What would you like to do?
In addition to being on the Nano-Icelandic shot put team, Gothar was also an aerial acrobat. So in the fall, Gothar is able to turn around so that he's gonna actually land on the telescopic neck robot creature and hopefully crush him to death, as that happened earlier. And also, I'll be okay because I've got my, remember I'm wearing
Velcro, I believe, was
no,
established.
I'm not wearing Velcro. I'm wearing
Back suit?
I have protective PPE. I'm wearing roller. I have rollerblading style PPE.
Okay.
So as long as I land
On your elbows and knees.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
That's what
wrist
they
guards
say.
too.
So,
But anyway, I'm also landing on this guy, and I'm also gonna spread out so that and I'm gonna go kind of limp so that I can more effectively absorb the shock, and I can spread it out over my body like a snowshoe.
okay.
You know, like a nail bed. How one nail kills you, but a whole bunch doesn't because
How
you're
many hit
spreading out.
points do you
Why do I feel like that's how they do diving competitions in Iceland? Nano Iceland.
How many hit points do you have?
12.
Okay. Gothar, from the impact of the creature you did not see coming, and from the fall, you suffer 16 points of damage.
Oh, fuck. I died.
However,
I went to Nano Valhalla.
you went to Nano Valhalla. You managed to pin this creature underneath you, belly flopping on top of it,
Yeah.
as it were, crushing it beneath your mass, flattening out this
What do you scream as you
creature
do it?
into a thin metallic sheet.
Let me find out what I'm going to scream. Can you
Okay.
keep saying it while I'm discovering?
Please. You see Gothar careening off the top of the roof, inverting in this wrestling-style maneuver to crush this quarry beneath him. In this moment, you hear the shuttle go, "Why has one of you dropped off the roof?" And you see the shuttle come soaring down towards you to try and investigate the bay doors of it opening. However, the creatures come charging after you. Can both of you please make a dex check?
And this is what I scream.
Passaðu sikkert bannir meat.
It means take care of my sugar baby.
Did you just put that into Google Translate?
So, take
Excellent.
care of my sugar baby in Nano Icelandic comes screaming across the
Because
waves.
that's what I called my sugar glider. Sugar
I also
baby.
love that in the lore of this planet, that's now going to be on the planet.
Yeah.
So, can I say I
Please.
got an extreme success
Nice.
as I'm assuming. Wait, what's the dex for?
Oh, to
I mean,
see.
we're gonna run to.
Yeah, you're running to the shuttle.
With extreme success, can I somehow slip off the wrist?
Yes. You go to Gothar's kind of broken form, smile on his broad face as he lays atop his crushed foe, its eyes now cold and dead. You remove the terminal from Gothar's arm.
The one that has my sugar glider
Yeah,
in
the one
it.
that has sugar baby.
Good, thank you.
And what did you get, Dicky?
So for an extreme success, I need 12, and I rolled 13. So can I use 1 luck to make that extra?
If you have 1 luck, yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Wow, 2 extreme successes?
Yes.
Look,
Hell yeah.
it is what it is. The creatures are howling behind you. Now, for the first time, the shuttle seeing them for what they are. Not just another metallic blip from the planet, but truly something else. And to their wailing calls, and alone amongst them, you see Charles, you see Aroma, and now standing from the fallen Gothar. The shuttle closes its doors behind you and you ascend towards the Artemis, away from the cold dark of planet K762.
Oh, that was the worst trip of my life.
I'll take some morphine now.
Yeah, I got you.
The sugar glider is asking for food.
And that is where we'll end tonight.
Thanks for making it this far. So ends part 2 of Tom's One Shot. Keep an eye out for Catherine's One Shot coming soon. This podcast is edited, mixed, and mastered by me, Brian Gashgarian. All the music in the podcast is composed by me. Special thanks to our guests, Karlyn and Jess, and to Tom for running such an amazingly horrifying One Shot. A huge thank you, as always, goes out to Leah for lending me her talent for this. You can find us on Insta, TikTok, and Twitch at The Stars Aren't Alright, or on Blue Sky at TSAA Pod. You can support us on Patreon at the link in our bio, and chat with us on Discord using that very same link. But, as a reward for making it to the end, I would like to remind you that young sugar gliders usually leave after around 10 months to start their own colonies. Most of all, thanks to you for listening, and we'll see you next time.